if I had to guess. And this is Yakumo's story, I believe. So, to my knowledge, I've collected all the vestiges so far that I could possibly collect. To my knowledge, anyway.
Damn it all! The whole place is swarming with horrors. We need to get out of here fast.
Pretty sure that's Kiba's voice.
Some of our people are injured.
Leave them behind. We don't have the numbers to sit around defending the wounded.
There's a building surrounded by a moat.
Not a weeb, by the way.
We can take refuge there for a while. It should give us some cover.
Had a good day, relaxing day at work, and fine afternoon. Thanks for asking. What were you a bit angry about, by the way? I don't want to go into it. I'm sorry. Like, it's not anything that would be bad for stream or anything like that. It's just, it's more of a personal misunderstanding thing with some friends. Apparently the way I word certain things can be very misconstrued, and they tell me I have a really bad problem with that. And then they jump to certain conclusions and make certain inferences based off things I say, and they take some things super personally that they shouldn't take super personally. And then they try and reflect it back at me like I'm trying to be a dick in the first place when I wasn't intending to be, and they just took it the wrong way. So, like, it's not really that big of a deal. But, like, basically, like, me and my friend have disagreements, and he gets pissed off, and then he has a friend that I don't really, like, feel any way about. Like, I'm kind of indifferent to the third-party guy. But, like, he kind of interjects and says, oh, blah, 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 blah. But, like, even if I didn't intend something to be bad, because they interpret it as bad, obviously they think I meant it as bad. Yeah, it's just miscommunication. It's literally that, but it keeps happening. And basically, like, this third-party guy wants me to rewire my way of thinking so I can think like them, and I'm just not going to. I'm not going to change the way I think for anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you've known me for 10 years, you should know what I mean and what I don't mean. And if I say something, you shouldn't fucking take it the wrong way when you know I don't mean to be a dick.
We might be able to
Like, for example, like, if you offend somebody and you don't intend to, and they can be like, I'm offended, and you can, you know, go the extra mile and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, it wasn't my intention. And they'll be like, oh, it's okay. They're not gonna care that you offended them and they got offended. They're gonna give a shit that you went the extra mile to apologize when you didn't mean to offend them, right? It's not like they're gonna dwell on the fact that you offended them.
Who chose to stay died. Maybe if we had talked it out more, we could have found a way to stick together. Maybe then some of us...
Like, okay, let me give you a hypothetical. Twitch, this is a hypothetical. So, if I had a gay friend, you know, and, like, I used gay in a poor context, and I was like, oh, that was fucking gay. That shouldn't have happened. And my friend gets, like, really, like, hey, could you not use that word? It's kind of like a slur, and it's kind of, like, derogatory when you use it like that. And I'm like, okay, sorry, I understand, bro. I'll try not to. Do you think he's really gonna get pissed off that I just fucking said gay in a poor context when I went out of my way to apologize and being understanding of why it offends him? No, it'd be different if I went and called him the F word directly, right? If I said, hey bro, you're a fucking, you know, and called him the F word, right? Or if, like, I was playing Call of Duty and I got sniped, like, from across the map, I'd be like, oh, what a fucking, you know...
What is it?
It'd be a little bit of a different energy, right? So, like, basically this third party is trying to tell me how I intend to say something and what I mean. And I'm like, well, I didn't mean it like that. And just because you inference from certain perspectives of thinking doesn't mean that I meant this. Or because you interpreted this wrong based upon what I said doesn't mean I necessarily intended that to be the way it should have been perceived. Like, don't get me wrong, he's intelligent, and I recognize that, and I appreciate his way of thinking, and his ability to understand. But he blows certain things way out of fucking proportion when it's not necessary, and it complicates things a lot. And I feel like I don't get to speak for myself, because, like, I have basically two people sitting there saying, like, oh, you meant this, or whatever, or why didn't you just do this? And I'm like, it's not that simple, because I don't think like you do. And me trying to sit there and just simply explain that I think differently, they're interpreting it as, like, I'm trying to make an excuse as to not fix myself, when there's nothing wrong. I just think differently than they do, and they don't want to accept that, because they're tired of putting up with me. Whatever, if you're tired of putting up with me, then fuck off. I don't know what you want. just stupid. I'm not trying to offend them, and I know they know that, and I know they're smart enough to recognize that, but they just don't care.
Fine, then. Let's settle this right.
Like, if I say I didn't mean anything bad by it, and they'd be like, oh, just because you didn't mean bad by it doesn't mean it, like, changes the outcome. And I'm like, yeah, but you also gotta understand and take into account that that's partially you as well. That's not a complete me thing. That's also a partial you thing. Like, there's two parties here. You can't just sit there and put the blame all on one party. Like, if I say something, and you get offended, or you misinterpret and you take it the wrong way, and I try and tell you that's not how I meant it, and you sit there and try and tell me what I meant, you're a fucking idiot. It doesn't work that way, champ. You can't tell me what I intended. You can't tell me how to think. I think the way I think, you think the way you think. Right? Where am I supposed to go? Because I came down from here, didn't I? Am I supposed to walk toward the wall? No? What the fuck? I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know where to go. I honestly don't. I have no idea. Am I supposed to go backward? On myself? Because I feel like I came down here. Not... I have to go up here. I really hate this stupid phantom walkie path bullshit. I really fucking do. I really wish they'd stop doing this. It's starting to get really fucking annoying. Honestly, I've just been rambling and not paying attention to what I'm doing, so... Depends on the person. Most would understand, but there's a low percentage that won't get over it. It's also to context to when things were said. Sometimes rephrasing helps, but often you hit a deadlock and get into an argument. Yeah, that's basically what happened. I basically tried repeating myself, and I got really tired of repeating myself. Because we were just going in circles. So to the third party guy, I said, you know what, no offense, but like I'm starting to get pissed off talking to you. And I don't want to talk to you anymore because I recognize that we're just going to go around and around in circles and I don't want to deal with it. So just do me a favor and shut up. And he respected that, and I know he respects that because, like, he has the ability to think clearly, but because I think differently than he does, and he can't bring me around to his way of thinking, he thinks I'm a lost cause purely because I don't want to think the way he wants me to. And that's fucking stupid. And I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna change how I think, whether you like it or not. I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, if you know I didn't mean to piss you off and offend people... You want to know what this is over, Frongle? You know Monster Hunter World? You know the Clutch Claw? Basically, I've been trying to learn how to use the dual blades, and they have this one attack animation that's super long, so I was trying to find a way to cancel out of it and get out of it. And my buddy told me that there's a way you can get out of it if you use the Clutch Claw, and use the Slinger Burst or whatever. So basically, I tried doing the move, and then I tried pressing L2 or whatever to use the Slinger, and I was like, it doesn't work. And he's like, yeah, it does. And I'm like, I just tried it. It didn't work. And basically, he took it super fucking personally, to the point where he thought I was trying to, like, dictate to him his knowledge of the game, and I was putting into question all his experience, and I was spitting in his face, quote-unquote. Like, bro, I was just trying it for myself to see if I could cancel out of it, to see if I could get it to work, because to my knowledge, I couldn't get it to work, because I had tried it before. But because he said you can get out of it, like, that made me inclined to believe that you can, you know, because he wouldn't have told me that you can if you couldn't. He wouldn't feed me false information. He wouldn't lie to me on purpose for no reason. What the fuck would he have to gain from that? But, like, I tried it myself, and I couldn't get it to work, and I'm like, it's not working. So either you're misinterpreting what move I'm referring to, or you're thinking of a different move altogether, or I'm doing something wrong. But he took that as, I'm questioning him when he told me something's doable when I said it's not doable.
Hey, Ricky! I finally found a chopper!
To me that sounds like a bad explanation on how to do the move cancel thing. A quick, let me show you real quick, could have helped there. Kind of, yeah. Like, okay, their whole argument is that I didn't ask and I took it upon myself to try and do it myself instead of just asking to begin with. But the thing is, I never really asked for help to begin with. I just tried it. It was more like an observation. I was like, oh, maybe I could use this attack to get out of this, or whatever. And then he said, you can. And that's what made me want to try it. You know? And then, basically, the logic they used is, oh, if you wanted to know how it works, you could have asked. But I didn't ask. And their whole thing is, oh, if I'm trying to teach you blah 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 and then you don't listen blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, well if you're trying to teach me, why am I having to attempt to do it on my own instead of you telling me how to do it from the get-go? That way there's no confusion. Because to me it seems like a simple fucking thing, right? Like, to me it doesn't sound so difficult. Like, okay, for example, if you were a teacher, right, and you taught, let's say, arithmetic, right? And you walk across a kid's desk, and the kid is obviously struggling with their arithmetic. You're gonna fucking help them, right? You're not gonna sit there and let them try to figure out what they're doing wrong when they have no idea of what they're doing wrong, right? You're a teacher, your job is to teach. So, if he took it upon himself to try and get me to learn how to do it right,
Yeah, you're right.
why the fuck would you give me room for error, and then when I say it doesn't work based on my own experience? Like, if he knows I'm wrong, that's cool. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. Maybe it does work and I'm just doing it wrong. That's okay. There's no shame in admitting you're wrong about something, especially if it's something that you don't know how it works completely. That's fine. But, like, them trying to turn it against me and saying, like, oh, you didn't ask for help or whatever, and we're trying to help you or whatever, and then you're basically saying we're wrong or whatever. Like, I'd never said you were wrong. I said it didn't work. I can only speak from my own perspective of my own experience. I can't speak in place of your guys' experience. I just can't. The only perspective I can think of is from my own. What's up, D? How's it going, man? Doing my pew-pew thing in my corner, but I had to come open a tab for you. Hope you're enjoying your day. I am, dude. I'm a little bit pissed off, but thank you so much for always keeping me in your thoughts, bro. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, man. I hope your matches go well. I assume you're playing Overwatch. So hopefully you have a good stream and you have a good time with everybody and your matches go well. Yeah, but basically, like you said, Frongel, it's just a slight miscommunication or whatever, but because I have two people basically, like, teaming up against me and telling me how I think is wrong, and I should have done this, and I should have done that, like, everybody at the end of the day can act super judgmental and high and mighty and sit there and tell somebody how wrong they are, or whatever. But it's a whole different energy if you try and understand where the person is coming from, right? Like, it's just different. Like, I'm just speaking out of my own experience. I've tried it and I couldn't get it to work, therefore I thought it wasn't doable. And you know what? Lo and behold, maybe at the end of the day I'm wrong and it is doable and I was just doing it wrong. But, like, it turned into an hour-long argument when I didn't want to argue over it in the first place.
Like I even care about that.
And the whole reason we started arguing over it is because I said, like, I literally just tried it. It didn't work. Like, basically, I did all the inputs to do the attack, and then I mashed L2 into the microphone. I was like, click, 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 and it didn't work at all. And I was like, see, it doesn't work. And he basically took that like I was trying to fucking spit in his face and tell him how wrong he is based on his experience. If he knows he's right, and I'm not as experienced as he is, and he knows he's right, and he knows I'm wrong, why the fuck is he getting pissed off over it?
You already know the answer.
Why is he taking it personally?
He was always a blind goody two-shoes.
It's fucking stupid, like, I don't understand. Why are you taking it super personally that I'm trying to do something on my own when it should be just as simple as doing this? Because I asked him, I was like, okay, are you using a bug? And he's like, no. And I'm like, are you abusing anything? No. And I'm like, is it an exploit? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, so the game intends for you to be able to do it, so why can't I do it? I'm well confident in my ability to press one button, press two buttons at the same time, and then press another button during the animation. I'm not fucking retarded. Like, and he's like, well, apparently you are retarded because you can't do it. And I'm just like, what? Like, if your whole goal is to fucking help me understand something, why instead of helping me understand something, are you gonna berate me for trying to do it myself, and then not telling me how it works, when I didn't ask for help in the first place anyway? If you want to help me, that's cool. I'm not about to spit in your face if you're trying to help me out. But you can't use that same logic against me if I didn't ask for help to begin with. That's fucking retarded. Like, I wasn't doing wrong by anybody by just trying to do it myself and then saying it doesn't work. So I don't know why he's taking it so fucking personally. I really don't get it.
I know.
Just stupid to me, like I don't understand. It was like a frivolous argument.
I won't let them be forgotten.
It was literally just a waste of time, and I acknowledged it as a waste of time. And basically, apparently what I say gets misconstrued so much because apparently I'm really bad with words, and I've heard that before from several people, so that's not put into question, right? I understand that I'm bad with words. But even when I'm bad with words, like I was saying earlier, if I say something and somebody misinterprets or they come to their own inference or their own conclusion that I meant something that I didn't, I'll correct them and I'll be like, no, that's not what I meant. And they'll be like, oh, well, that's what it sounded like. And I'm like, that's because you perceived it that way. You jumped to your own conclusion and you thought something when that's not what I intended at all. That's not my fault, that's on you. I get that I should say things more literally, but sometimes I don't think to do that because I don't think it's very important because I expect people to understand, you know, and they just don't. Unless I say it very specifically, like very, very literally. So I have to be very literate when I say things, otherwise people don't know exactly what I mean, and that, you know, invites room for error and miscommunication. But it's just a stupid, retarded concept to me. What's going on, Gator? How's it going? Thank you for the host, man. Thank you. Yeah, so basically I'm having an out with some friends because, they tried to help me understand something, and because I assumed it didn't work, they're basically saying I'm acting like an asshole. When we got into a big hour-long argument, and all I basically tried to say is that I'm not trying to, you know, like, I don't mean anything bad by it, I just can't get it to work. So I don't know if it's doable, I don't know if it's not doable, because he took it all personally, like, he assumed that I thought he was trying to feed me false information, which I never thought at all. Like, I was like, he wouldn't go out of his way to fuck me over for no reason, especially over something this fucking stupid, it's a video game. Like, he doesn't care. Like, why would he expend time into purposely dicking me around just to dick me around? That doesn't make any sense. But, like, he's basically, like, saying that I put his integrity into question and that, like, I think he's trying to fuck with me or something when that wasn't the case at all. And it's really stupid.
I never had any idea how he actually felt.
And, like, to make matters worse, honestly, to make matters worse, this third party, he sits there and, like, acts really serious, like it's a big problem, and then he sits there and acts really cocky and really condescending, and then he just memes around and jokes about everything, like it's not serious at all. Like, fucking pick one, dude. Are you gonna take it seriously, or are you gonna not give a fuck? Because if you don't give a fuck, I'm not gonna give a fuck. And the energy you're giving me now is that you don't give a fuck. I'm trying to give a fuck. I'm going out of my way trying to give a fuck. So if I'm going out of my way to give a fuck, I obviously care. But if you're gonna act like a cunt, then I'm not gonna waste my time. You know? The defensive stance sounds like a weird thing to me when it could have been solved through proper explanation, a quick demonstration. Yeah, exactly. It's super fucking simple. Like, number one, I didn't ask for his help, but if it was such a confusing fucking, you know, subject, and there was so much margin for error and misunderstanding, he could have literally just said, you just do this, and you do this, and that's how it works. I'd be like, oh. And then I would try it myself, and I'd be like, I must have fucked it up, because you just demonstrated it, and obviously I saw that it worked. But because I didn't take his words at face value, like, right? Okay, so this is the way I worded it. He told me that you can do it, and cancel the animation, and I said, I'm inclined to believe him. Because he has no reason to lie to me, so I'm more influenced to believe him that it does work. But I still understand that he may be thinking of something else, or there's, you know, a myriad of other things that could be factored in, like I said earlier, maybe he's thinking of a different move, or maybe he doesn't know what move I'm referring to exactly, or maybe situationally it doesn't call for it and I just don't know what that situation is. Like, maybe you have to be targeted onto an enemy, or maybe there has to be an attack already coming at you or whatever, and it's part of a dodge animation or something like that. I was like, okay, maybe I don't know everything about it, you know, like, maybe I don't know everything about it that there is to offer, and maybe there's some parts to it that I'm not bringing into the equation or whatever that are going to determine whether it'll work or not.
I know we can.
So when I say I'm inclined to believe him, basically they're getting pissed off that I don't believe him 100%. And the only reason I don't believe him 100% is because I tried it before, so I was inclined to believe that it didn't work based upon my knowledge of how it worked. Which you can't fault me for, right?
I think we may have bigger concerns, though. Look out there.
It's just fucking stupid. So basically I said, yeah, like, I'm inclined to believe him that it does work because he wouldn't lie to me. He has no reason to lie to me. He has more experience than I do in the game, or whatever, so I'm assuming that what he says is true. But given my own experience, I've tried it before and it's not worked. And then I tried it there, and it didn't work several times. And I was like, it doesn't work. And that wasn't me saying literally, like, for absolute, it doesn't work. That's not me denying that it works or what he was telling me was false. That's me saying, given my own experience, because I can only speak from my own perspective having tried it myself several times, that I can't get it to work. It doesn't work for me. I'm like, it's not working. It doesn't work. That's me speaking from my perspective saying, it doesn't work. Given the context, can you really think that, like, I meant it as in it doesn't work at all whatsoever? Hypothetically? Like, I literally just said it doesn't work. Now, granted, I could have been more literal, and I could have said, it doesn't work for me, but given the context, is that really fucking necessary? Not really. You can just inference what I fucking mean. It's not hard. It's not difficult. I've tried a lot of tricks in the Souls games, and I've sworn they didn't work, but often it was because my execution sucked. For example, the Ariandel skip in DS3 can be tricky to do if you don't know where to jump. Yeah. It's doable, I've seen people do it, so if I'm trying it and I'm fucking it up, I can't say it doesn't work, because I've seen it done before. Like, I had this as an example, right? Like, okay, I was thinking of this as an example, like, bear with me here, this is an analogy. So, if my same friend were to play Bloodborne, and he were to fight Blood-Starved Beast, right? And he was struggling on him, and I'm like, well, you can backstab him if you want. And he'd be like, oh, I can backstab him? I'd be like, yeah, so the way backstabbing works in this game is you gotta hold R2, wait for the full animation, and make sure you hit him in the back. And they'll do a stagger animation, and then you can press whatever button to do the visceral attack. And then that's basically the backstab of this game. And like, say he went to go try it, right? And he went to go try and execute it, and he held the thing just like I told him to do, and he hit BSB in the back, but BSB didn't stagger, and then clawed him and killed him. And he'd be like, it didn't work. Or it doesn't work. And I'll be like, it does work, the hitbox can just be fucky. So try it again. It's stupid, I know, but just try it again. The hitboxes can be a little bit retarded. But when he says it doesn't work, instead of me just saying, oh, it does work, you know, I could have been like, here's why it's not working for you. Here's a reason why. He didn't provide me a reason why my thing wasn't working, he just didn't fucking tell me. I just tried it 30 more times, and I'm like, yeah, it's not working. Now I'm starting to get pissed off, because obviously you say it's doable. And I'm trying to be fucking patient, and it's not working. So now I'm getting pissed off. And then I have this, like, okay, I don't want to get this misconstrued. Woody, my friend, was not acting like a dickhead at all. I can understand why he was a little bit annoyed that, like, I wasn't taking his word for it. But the only reason I wasn't taking his word for it is because I was trying it, and physically doing it and exercising, like, trying to do the fucking function, it wasn't working. So to my knowledge, it wasn't work. Regardless of what he said, I don't care what his experience is. It was not working for me. Maybe it works for him, but it doesn't work for me. And that's all I was trying to say, is it's not working. I'm trying it, and it's not working. And then, like, this other dude, like I said, was complicating things a fuck ton. And he was just fucking making shit way more difficult to deal with than it should have been. And it was frustrating as fucking hell. And I got really tired of dealing with him, so, like, he just pushed my patience.
I've got just about...
So, like, I don't hold it against my friend Woody for getting pissed off. You know, like, I don't hold it against him at all for getting mad. Or whatever, that I didn't believe him. But it's not that I didn't believe him, it's that I was trying it and I couldn't get it to work. So, this other guy, though, he has no excuse. Like, at all. He was just being a dick, and then he was flipping his logic back around on me when he was making certain inferences and jumping to conclusions, and then holding them against me as if I had said them myself, which I didn't. Basically, he just paraphrased what I said, and then drew certain conclusive inferences from it, and then said that's what I said, is basically what he did. So, like, he'll go by his own logic when it benefits him, but when I turn it back around on him, he won't accept it, and it pisses me off. Because he doesn't make any fucking sense. Alright, so we are going to go to somewhere that I've never been. So all that story shit is out of the way. I'm sorry I talked over a bunch of it. I know it's supposed to be all super sentimental. I'm sorry about that, but... yeah, basically, like, for Ungle, it was just a big misunderstanding. It was a big miscommunicative error, and it turned into something really fucking ugly that it shouldn't have. It's 75 Fahrenheit where you are, Gator? Holy shit. Fuck heat, dude. I hate the heat. I like the winter. Winter you can dress for. Like cold. Cold you can dress for. Summer just sucks. I'm the sun. Fuck you. You're dead. Have fun being dehydrated, you fucking cunt. Thanks, Summer. Southern California sucks nutsack. All of California sucks nutsack. Sorry, California. I don't have anything personal against California. Am I going the right way? Or are there bitches over here? I feel like there's bitches over here. I could be wrong, though. Oh, yeah, you know what? I went to the wrong thing. I have to go to the missile directly after the dog. Oh, yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. Something I should mention. So you'll notice that last time when I left off right after the dog. I went and did you guys a favor, and I went through the rest of this area by myself. I didn't use an NPC. I did use an NPC, I summoned Yakumo, and I got rid of that stupid invasion, or whatever the fuck. But that's all I did. So, this is the orange glass door that I was talking about, that I was trying to get to, like, that I was trying to reach, that I saw from the distance. So basically, I just went through the rest of this area off-screen. Basically, all I really had to do was go find 2 keys, and there was like another half an hour of backtracking and trying to figure out where the fuck the doors I had to unlock were. And then, we got to here. But, there's something that I missed that I want to go back for, because I feel like it's optional, and I feel like if I miss it, and then I don't get to do it, so I want to do it. So I'm going to go to the inner tower, and, we're gonna go teleport into the memory of the, whatever the fuck. Don't like the heat either. When it gets too hot, I often get super tired all the time. Yeah, and sticky and sweaty. Sucks. I know. I hate it. What? Oh yeah, these angel doors. I still can't unlock, so I'm assuming I have to beat a boss, or I have to, like, beat the area entirely to be able to go through them or some shit, maybe? I don't know. Wasn't there a missile right before the dog, or am I fucking retarded? I feel like I'm fucking retarded. Where the fuck is it? Not that one, is it? Oh yeah, you know what? It is this one. Because I was earlier in the area at that point in time than I thought I was. So rather than going to the very end of the area, maybe it would help if I went to, like, the mid-section of the area. And then the giant doggo was right up through here on this stupid fucking platform, wasn't it? Oh yeah, so there's an ability that Yakumo has that I really want that gives me more damage with my sword, but I don't have it yet. You'll be teleported to a different area. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so Yakumo has a ability, I think it's a passive, that just increases damage with two-handed swords. Also, my buddy told me that I could put a modification on my weapon that made it do more damage. And that's something I dicked around with as well, so next time we go back to the base, I'll explain it. To the best of my ability, anyway. I'll try and explain it as best as I can. Oh, also, I figured something else out. There's a mechanic that I didn't know. So, apparently, these random items that you collect, you can give them to NPCs. And if you give them to NPCs, that deepens your relation with them, and they'll send you items back from time to time. And, if you get points with a specific NPC, you can trade it for items such as, like, the weapon they use, or, like, special, like, materials that you wouldn't get from other places through normal means. Stuff like that. Certain, Ichor blood mixes or whatever that increase your max Ichor that you can carry. For that life.
Gregorio Silva, pledge this to you.
Gregorio? What a fucking name, bro. You Italian? Gregorio!
Will be us. Fight at my
Probably.
side, and we will bring this hell to an end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if all the statues, like, actually moved when they, like, roar or whatever? Like, when they cheer? That would have been fucking horrifying. Imagine being in the middle of that. What if it was like a KKK rally? Monk ass. Infusions, gestures, consumables, and such. It's a nice system, yeah. I agree, it's pretty neat. Am I at a rave, bro? What the fuck? Whoa! Hey! Oh, is that the queen or whatever the fuck? That I've heard so much about? Maybe. Something smells like food in my house, and I don't know what it is, but it smells like meat. Yeah, so I haven't seen any of this. Like, whatever the fuck this area is, I've not seen it. I have no idea. There's somebody dead next to me, though. That's a good sign. Clinic? Clinic Wolf? Hello? That is super creepy, dude. I don't know how I feel about waking up in a hospital bed in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, hey. Oh, you kinda looked like that one bitch from Persona from behind. I'm not gonna lie. Kinda.
Welcome back. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's Karen, bro! Hey,
Do you
Karen.
know where you are?
No. The jungle, baby. I'm gonna die. In the jungle.
You were killed 2 days ago,
Welcome to the jungle.
and now you've returned.
I was killed 2 days ago. Fuck off, bro. Do I look like some sort of
Just
scrub to
relax.
you?
Here, could you fill out
And
this
then she,
medical
like, hands
form
me
for
my little piece of paper, like, at the end of my bed, and it's, like, one scrub. It's like, yeah.
I'd like to confirm some things, if that's all right. How much do you remember about yourself?
That's fucking creepy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I kinda look like Heather Mason, a little bit. But with, like, purple emo tips.
No signs of frenzy or major dysfunction. You appear to be in excellent shape.
Are you hitting on me?
The damage to your heart had me a bit worried,
Definitely hitting on me.
but you're surprisingly resilient.
That's a very well-defined ear for an
Still, if
anime
anything
game,
feels
I'm not gonna
off,
lie.
Be sure to let me know right away.
Oh, the fact that you're hitting on me and I just woke up out of a coma kinda has me on edge, a little bit.
However, if you become one of the lost, you'll be beyond any hope of salvation.
Oh yeah? Can medical science not fix that? In the year 2045?
The Queen's miasma has been growing thicker.
Dude, do you just
When
hand these
fighting,
out to
just
people?
remember
Like
to
cool,
hang on
weird
to this
cosmetics
no
or
matter
whatever?
what.
How to disappoint your parents? Just put one of these on? Alright, bro. Oh, that's a good sign.
Looks like it's time for the meeting.
The meeting? That's your sound for a meeting call, bro? Is a giant raid horn?
But it'll be over soon enough.
That sounds like something you'd use when you're under attack, not like something you would call to assemble a meeting. It's fucking stupid. Could you imagine hearing that at like 7 in the morning? Ugh, that would suck. Medical science can cure it, but why should they? Yeah, $3 million. Thanks, American Healthcare. I bet they're gonna charge me for the bed and the service from the nurse, too. Especially because she had huge tatas. They're gonna be like, yep, that's an extra $700. Cool, bro. I really have the money to be throwing at fucking big-titty nurses when I'm on my deathbed, pretty much. Just came out of a comatose state. God knows how much that medicine is gonna cost.
How's your little brother? Louis hasn't woken up yet.
Yeah, there's no sign of rejection, but it's still worrying.
Okay.
It seems you've been assigned.
You are way too fashionable to be in like 1785, bro.
Don't hesitate.
Nice
to fall
glasses.
back.
He looks like she'd drive a convertible through the desert or
But
some
they
shit.
get carried away easily. I know they get a lot of dangerous missions, but our rescue parties are stretched to their limit.
You know what else is stretched to
Karen,
its limit?
in
Your
particular,
fucking
is
pants.
pushing herself
Look at
too
that.
hard.
Look at that. Look at that.
Please
Look at
think
that. Look at
of
that funny joke. Yep. Does she have a dick? The fuck? Definitely. Definitely. I'm not looking, but... I'll be honest, I don't know if I want to talk to this dude, bro.
Do you remember the day of the Great Collapse?
No, I just got here, fam.
We've been
I have no idea what's
struggling
going
a
on.
hard, painful fight ever since, but we're still here. We'll win again. We have no choice but to win.
You can lose.
All of you, charge straight ahead. I've got your back.
Dude, we should put you in the front, motherfucker! Look at you! You're like a brick wall. He's a brick. Do-do-do-do. Ows. Ooh.
Everything's been crazy since the Great Collapse. We were brought back to life and given the strength to fight the horrors. But the price for that strength?
You have a diary that you write in, like, every day?
Is it gonna be okay?
Especially about a whole bunch of
Queen's
stupid
frenzy killed
bullshit?
Survivors of the Great Collapse, and more Revenants had to be created to fight her.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Soul? How's it going,
If
man?
we defeat the Queen, things will
Welcome
get a
to,
little better?
Code Vein. Welcome to Code Vein! Lots of vampires, but not really. Also, it kind of sounds Russian. I'm sorry about that.
If a Revenant's heart isn't destroyed, they won't die. They can go home to their families. Yeah. That's why.
So wait, you're telling me in this game, no matter how many times I die, unless I get stabbed through the heart, I'll be fine? So as long as I don't get Bon Jovi'd, I'll be alright? Alright. Okay. Seems legit. Fair enough.
When the Great Collapse happened, I ran away. A horror attacked me.
How's he a spirited revenant if his first inclination was to run the fuck away from battle, bro?
But all I
Right.
could do was abandon.
Russian vampires? Yeah. Finished Witcher 3, 100%. Nice,
I went
man.
straight into the arms
I
of
know you were,
death
like,
myself.
struggling on that one bit in the DLC for a while, and I'm assuming you struggled on quite a bit more of it, too,
Strength to battle the horrors.
given the way that you were trying to
I'm
do it.
done running away. When he wakes
I
up,
still have The Witcher 3.
I want to greet him
Oh
with
yeah,
joy.
Soul, by the way. Let me tell you guys what my main experience with Witcher 3 was. The only time I've ever tried to play this game, so I booted up The Witcher 3, right? I have it installed. I watched the scene with Geralt and Yennefer, where she's in the chair, all naked and shit, and I'm in the bath. Right when I got to play the game, I took 2 steps, and the game fucking crashed. It just crashed. Done. I'm just like, fuck this.
So, are you from around
I'm not
here?
sitting through that goddamn
I'm from
cutscene
further out
again.
west. Before the Great Collapse.
So I sat through the cutscene, I saw like the bird fly through the dude's eyeball and all that shit.
I want to finish
And
this
then like I
fight
took
and
2
go
steps
home.
after the
The people
cutscenes and then
probably
the game
still
crashed
run
and I was like,
horrors.
this is stupid. Whoa, bro, you're not dying anytime soon, are you?
Leave this place to us.
Maybe I'll stick with this guy.
Finally awake, are you?
Whoa, this guy sounds cool. He looks neat too.
Partnered up with me. You fought the
He
Queen.
kinda has my haircut, but it's cooler.
Heard you've got some skills.
And it's more floppy.
Sounds
Like,
like you might be useful.
doing that.
We're headed out soon. Are
You know what he looks like, man? He looks like a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog character, but like anthropomorphized into a human.
We're gonna use every bit of your power.
What? I just got here and you're gonna use me? I don't know how I feel about that one, Chief. Or are we going out to fight? Hell yeah. Yeah, he definitely looks like a human
There's a
Sonic
report
character,
that the
a
Queen
little bit.
broke through our defensive grid and is headed this way. However, our foe was also hurt pretty badly in the attack. This is our chance to finally turn the tide and crush her. Just be
I need
sure
to know
not
who
drink
this
the
guy is
Queen's
voiced
blood.
by. He's pretty cool though.
Too many of us have joined the ranks of the lost. and
I like this guy
lives
so far.
rejected it.
I thought he was gonna be a bad guy when I saw him, honestly.
Watch your backs out there. Got it?
Yeah, all this Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City knockoffs. Go get 'em, boys. I'll be right behind you.
Looks like
You
it's
played
time
Witcher
for
on
the
PC or
party.
PlayStation?
Let's be sure to
PlayStation.
give our guests
I don't play
something
shit on
to
PC. I'm too stupid to know how computers work. I have like a $1,500-$1,600 PC, but I don't honestly know how to use them for shit. I know how to use Pornhub. That's about it. Lots of destroyed bullshit around here, man. Gonna get him, you know, maintenance guy to fix up all this, you know, broken down building crap. No? No enemies? No enemies? Oh yeah. He's like anti-hero? Ah. Gotcha. Gimme you can use? Yeah, but I need it for streaming, Soul. Even though I'm bad at it.
Look at that.
Well, would you look at that? It's a missile right there. Here, why don't you take this black Zippo pen thingy?
It's a type of medicine. Spill a drop
Looks like a
on that.
butt plug to me, bro. I don't know what you do in your off time, but butt plugs aren't medicine, bro. I don't know what kind of prescription they've been giving you, but, I got some news, pal. Dude, what do you mean you gotta shield your eyes, bro? You've, like, touched 20 of these things so far. Also, what are these? Are these, like, miniature Bloodsprings or, like, roots of the trees or whatever? I forgot what they're called, but the blood wells or whatever. Don't take your mask off, dipshit. That's the one thing keeping you alive. Last person who took his mask off turned into a giant horrifying what the fuck that I had to murder. Don't follow suit, idiot!
This is one of the products of the Queen's power.
Dude, I'm gonna get me killed and I don't even have control. That's fair, right?
That medicine is made from the Queen's blood. It cleanses the area of miasma and aids regeneration by knitting dispersed flesh back together.
Ah. So when I get disemboweled or whatever, or gutted by like 20 enemies at a time, this is what I come back to, and it, you know, repairs all my bodily problems.
She was a Revenant, just like us. She shared our vision of a world where everyone could live in safety. But unlike us...
So if she's trying to get everybody to live in safety, is she trying to eliminate all the other Revenants, or what?
She was consumed by her own exceptional power, and turned into a demon with an unending lust for blood.
Oh. Ozzy Osbourne, is that the final boss? Huh?
Eat or be eaten. If those are our only two
Going out the
options,
rails on a crazy vein?
well then,
Huh?
I choose to eat.
Huh? Yeah, Jack looks pretty hungry,
We
I'm
have
not gonna lie.
limited medicine, so use it wisely.
Ha! Use it wisely, he says. I'm the one with the controller, bro. You forget that? Alright. We about to school this bitch. We about to learn him today how to not play this game, pretty much. Oh yeah, so basically, might I add, something else that I figured out that, I figured out last time. Basically, these regeneration, whatever the fucks they were called, I don't have them anymore because I used them, but basically I had these regen activation factor things. Apparently they improved my heal exponentially. So it made my heal like 3 to 4 times better. And I just didn't know. And I didn't use them. Shut up. Fucker.